We'd like to welcome you to Meade County. Meade County has some amazing things going on and a lot of things to show you that you'll see throughout this program.
Traveling Kansas, Meade County is underwritten by a grant from the Meade County Economic Development and the communities of Fowler, Meade, and Plains, and they invite you and your family to experience the friendly quality of life in Meade County. Artesian Valley Health System, committed to bringing friendly service and state-of-the-art technology to Meade County and the surrounding counties, so our friends and neighbors always have access to close-to-home care. In part by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Grower State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by your friends at Fowler Equity Exchange, proud to be a part of the community and thank all of their farm customers. Fowler State Bank, proud to serve Fowler, Meade, and Cimarron. Your full-service bank is more than just a slogan, it's a commitment to their friends and neighbors to help our communities thrive. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This program is brought to you by the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Find out more information about Kansas communities at travelks.com.
I'm Nancy Onig. I'm the Director-Curator of the Meade County Historical Society. You're in Meade, Kansas, and this is the Meade County Historical Museum. We're right downtown Meade, so we're easy to find, right on 54 Highway. Can't miss us. Our museum is basically a pioneer museum. They started it in 1974, and people from the county just brought their stuff in. So they built it this way. They built these little vignettes, like this is the general store. So they put everything pertinent to the general store in here, and so we have different rooms, and people really seem to enjoy it. It seems to kind of put the old stuff into context when you see it that way. So we get a lot of compliments on the way we put this together. We have a rich history, especially with geology. It's a very diverse county. We've got sandy rolling hills, we've got rich irrigated ground, we've got pasture. We have a creek that goes diagonally through our county, and the west half of it just dropped by several hundred feet, and it created a pool under the ground there. Well, that's why we have such good water and such good irrigation now. But back when the early settlers came here in the 1880s, there were artesian wells that you just barely poke a hole in the ground and they put pipes up and water would just flow. And so we were advertised as the area of milk and honey because we had that flowing water. We had the typical Kansas weather that they soon found out about, but the water still flowed from that aquifer. And we have silica mines, what we called silica mines, volcanic ash that blew in here eons ago. They used to mine it back in the early 1900s up until about 1950. It's a good place to dig up bones. We have paleontologists that come from all over the world, and they call it the Meade Basin, that area down by Meade Lake, and they dig here every year, and we have bones in universities all over the country. You could come out here and practically get a couple of quarters of land for nothing. It didn't cost very much at all. It was called homesteading, and that's how they settled this part of the country. And so our people were immigrants that came from Ireland and Germany and Russia and England, and they were basically people that didn't have a lot of money because they could come here and they could own land, and that was the American dream. And so that's how this part of the land was settled. Hard times came and some of them had to give up and go somewhere else, but the ones that stuck it out were a hardy breed, and that's the settlers that we celebrate in this museum. The sod house is important to us because, you know, when they came here, there wasn't a tree in this country because prairie fires were so prevalent, trees wouldn't grow. So they had very little money, and what do you make a house out of? They made dugouts where they dug into the ground, or we have a a plow there that plows up a special strip of sod that's sod on top, and the roots going through would hold it together. They'd cut those strips, cut them up kind of like bricks, and stack them. In those days, the train stopped in Dodge City, the Santa Fe line. And so you had to go 40 miles in a wagon to get lumber or anything if you had the money to buy it. So we've set it up just how they would live, and it kind of gives you a real picture of how people lived in those days. We have, on the other side, we have a bank and a doctor's office and a one-room school, trying to depict how we would have lived. We have a wonderful website called oldmeadecounty.com, and on there you can find the museum and the hideout and a whole bunch of Meade history. And we work on that constantly. We have all our cemeteries on there. You can find the databases, and so people that researching their genealogy, that's a good site to go to. We're open year-round. We're closed on Monday, but every other day of the week we're open 9 to 5 and 1 to 5 on Sunday.
My name's Alex Gosen. I'm the manager of Meade State Park. Meade State Park is located 13 miles southwest of Meade, Kansas, along Kansas Highway 23. Meade State Park is 1,244 acres, which consists of the Meade State Park Fish Hatchery, and the Meade State Park Public Hunting Area. Meade State Park has an 80-acre lake, and it hosts a number of game fish, from largemouth bass, flathead, channel catfish, green sunfish, bluegill, and in the wintertime we also stock rainbow trout. Meade State Park offers several different types of campsites. We have 42 electric and water hookup RV camp spots, and we have 54 primitive campsites. Quite often when I meet people who have come to Meade State Park for the first time, they say that they are amazed by this little jewel they've come to find out in southwest Kansas. They're just amazed at how long and how wide open the space is around the park, and then they come into this vast area of trees and just beauty and green here in western Kansas. I'm often very surprised at the number of individuals that I see come through here on a yearly basis. Being out on Highway 54 and off of Kansas Highway 23, we get a lot of individuals heading south or heading north that come in, and after they've done it a few times, they begin to do it year after year. I'm surprised by the number of regular campers we see week after week, every summer come out here. We do have a hunting area, a public hunting area. It is 339 acres of walk-in available hunting. Many of the game species we have here include white-tailed deer, turkey, dove, quail, pheasant, rabbits. Again, our hunting area is open during the different seasons. The Meade State Park office is located just off of Kansas Highway 23 on the south side of the park. It is just above our swimming area. It's kind of a day use area that we allow the public to use during the day. We don't allow camping directly around it. It has our main shower facility as part of it. We also have a concession stand inside that is run throughout the summer. The Meade State Fish Hatchery, it comprises of 16 ponds that they rear different species of fish in. They also have the bass building, which is the only facility in the state of Kansas that raises largemouth bass. They go from being raised within the building, then out into those ponds, and then later they're harvested and taken to lakes throughout the state where they're stocked for anglers. Well, Meade State Park and our facility here is one of the oldest in the state. Negotiations for the property we stand on was first started in 1925, and then the state eventually they purchased the property in 1927, and the dam was completed, and then it was opened to the public in 1929. From 1933 until 1942, the Civilian Conservation Corps and the WPA had different camps stationed out on this property. where they did a number of different projects. Many of the large cottonwood trees you'll see throughout the park were planted by the Civilian Conservation Corps while they were stationed here. If you're interested in visiting Meade State Park and you'd like to get some more information, you can go to ksoutdoors.com and look up Meade State Park for the information. You can also contact us here at the park office at 620-873-2572, and we'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
My name is Mark Ferguson, and I'm the manager and the curator here at the Dalton Gang Hideout in Meade, Kansas. The little house we have up here was a home that was lived in by Eva Dalton. The place was built by her husband, John Whipple. They lived in it for 5 years, from 1887 to 1892. And in the meantime, she had 3 of her brothers, Eva did, that went to being trained robbing outlaws down in Oklahoma and Indian Territory. And we do believe that they used this place once or twice as a hideout to kind of get away from their usual territory out in north central Oklahoma. And we, like I say, we have no smoking gun proof that they actually used this tunnel, but we've got pretty good evidence that they were in the area. And why else would they be out here since no lawmen saw them, and of course they didn't rob anything out here, so maybe they used this just to lay low and kind of get away from the law anyway. Anyway, there is a 95-foot long tunnel that was discovered here after the Dalton brothers came to their untimely end in Coffeyville. The tunnel was re-excavated in 1940 by the Works Project Administration and the National Youth Administration, and it was modernized a little bit so most people can get through it now. Down here, of course, the house is all furnished and everything, but down here in the barn we've also got a museum. And the museum doesn't have so much Dalton things in it because those are kind of rare anyway, but it's a representation of some of the tools, guns, bits, horse tack that would have been used back in that time period. And also we have got kind of a unique mounted animal display upstairs. Our hours of operation here at the hideout are Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday we're half a day, 1 to 5, and we're only closed on major holidays. We do have some events we put on down here. One of our big ones we have continued now. This will be the 9th year for our melodrama. We do a melodrama here. Usually it's once a year. We've normally done this in August, but this year we are postponing it until Christmas time because we are going to do a Christmas melodrama this year, kind of as a fundraiser for our old schoolhouse up here at the Historical Society. By the way, got to give kudos to our melodrama actors here. We are all part of the Way Out West off-Broadway players, and we do mean way out west. All right, y'all. You ought to come on down here to Meade, come to the Dalton Gang Hideout, because I'm here, and I do only hold you up once, and we do hold you up for a couple bucks to get in the place, because somebody's got to pay me to stand around here and bother people. Well, I guess we do have some utilities we got to pay, but we try to refrain from doing it without guns, if at all possible, so.
My name is Dean Cordes. I'm the city administrator with the city of Meade, Kansas. Meade is the county seat. We have a population of the last census of 1,721 people, but we're trying to do things to make Meade a business-friendly community. When somebody comes in or wants to come into town, we try to make the process of working with city government easy. So we're not a hindrance, we're not something that causes them to want to move elsewhere. Well, some of the things in Meade that we're most proud of is our city park. That, our golf course, our airport, but our city park is probably the main thing. We are in the process of adding new playground equipment. Talking with the city council at the next meeting about another piece of equipment down there for our kids. Our golf course, they're in the process of starting to build a new clubhouse for it. So we're excited about that. Our golf course, it's a 9-hole course, grass greens, It's been there a long time, but in the last 20 years they put in the grass greens. It used to have sand greens, so they continue to improve the cart paths. They're putting in concrete paths, and so they keep improving. So that's something that we're proud of as well. We have a website. It's the cityofmeade.org. is a website that they can go to for information. Not just the City of Meade, but there's other things, the golf course, the lake, the airport, and all those other entities as well.
I'm Craig Stratton, and my title's Operations Manager at the Meade Municipal Airport. We have 4,800 by 75 concrete runway and about a 2,400 foot cross grass runway. I would have to classify it as way above average, especially for a community this size. Well maintained, the city keeps it mowed well. New hangar facilities. For this size community, it's just fabulous. We have air ambulance service that is something to be pretty proud of around here. Corporate activity, agriculture operations. We've had doctors bring their entire staff in, and they come to the hospital and do their clinic for the day and load up and go home, and have other doctors that fly in and spend the day seeing patients here. For the traveling pilot, we are attractive over Dodge City and Liberal because of the lack of traffic. Basically, it's an uncontrolled airfield, and it's not busy. So they come in very safe conditions, very unbusy conditions, to a nice runway with a good fueling facility.
My name is Tara Ramlochan. I'm the CEO here at AVHS. Here at AVHS, we have a lot of resources and a lot of service line coming for the community. As we continue to restructure here, our organization is in line with excellent patient care and to boost morale. It is an opportunity to reflect on what we have accomplished. And I also recognize we wouldn't be here where we are without the contributions made by each and every one of our employees. Additionally, I would like to thank the community for allowing us to serve you, and that we have raised the bar to commit and provide excellent care for you here at AVHS. What we have here within the walls of our facility is the resources to provide the best patient care, and also the family-oriented staff that we have, who we make every patient welcome and feel comfortable here. We have physical therapy, we have cardiac rehab, we have our OR, we have respiratory therapy, we have the lab, which is a big piece of the patient care, because we can get results right away. We set the bar high, and the quality is all to the pathway for excellent patient care, and that really makes us a cohesive, successful team. This staff here cares about the patient like the family member, and this is what we have here, the good thing that's happening here at AVHS.
My name is Jamie Boyce, and I'm the city clerk of Fowler, Kansas. Well, I moved to Fowler 5 years ago. I like that Fowler is a safe, small community. My kids walk to the park, and I feel comfortable with that. They go and play with their friends, and I just like that we have just a small, close-knit community. When I think about Fowler, even though I've only been here for 5 years, I feel like this is my home. And I've heard a lot of other people say that too, that Fowler has a way of bringing you into the community and making you a part of it. So to me, Fowler is not just a place, it's a community, and with lots of good people. Here recently, we updated our park. We have a beautiful park with some great playground equipment. The kids absolutely love it. We also redid some of our sidewalks, so we have sidewalks for safety and also for fun, that people can walk around, bicycle around. I see some of the kids skating around it. Fowler has an amazing library. I mean, to me, this is one of the safe, good places to go. I mean, we have a computer center and places for small kids, you know, and on up, and our library is a great place. One of the things I'm proud of our school. Fowler School District is doing amazing things. Right now, they are in the process of being leaders for the state of Kansas. They're doing a Gemini program, which is a redesign for the state of Kansas. The State Board of Education has asked them to be a part of that, and so here in Fowler, we're leading other towns in Kansas. I have kids from kindergarten to a junior, and so I think that they are getting a great opportunity in this school. They're doing great things. They're learning leadership. This school has them being part of the community. Here in a couple of days, we're going to have a community service day where a bunch of the junior high kids are going to come and help do things around the community and take pride in their community. And that's one thing that I really think that a lot of people here do. They take pride in their community. Fowler is thriving. A lot of people think that small communities might be struggling, but to me, I can see Fowler growing. We actually have had some new construction and new houses being built, and we're getting a lot of movement in Fowler, and good things are happening.
I'm Janet Bernanke, and I'm in Plains, Kansas. We came out here in 1995 with a job interview, and one of the things I was really impressed with as a mom with 3 children was that we had a bank, a library, and a swimming pool. We still have a bank, a library, and a swimming pool, and they have all been improved, so it's a great place. Love the school system. All 3 of our kids graduated from Southwestern Heights. Great recreational program. I mean, what's not to like about Plains? This building came about, the Plains Community Building came about, and because of a need for a community gathering spot. And I think that we had got some grants for it and built it, put it here on the park. So you have let's say if you have a family reunion, you can use the pool, you can use the park, you can use the golf course. So it just makes it a nice big family friendly area. And it is used often. If you want to reserve it, you contact me. I'm the community building manager. Or you can call City Hall, she'll give you my number. And we have 3 different rooms that can be rented out, different prices, depending on how long you're going to rent it. Well, yes, this is also the site for the Plains High School reunion. And we are fortunate that these trophies were custom made in our high school department, our woodworking department, specifically for this room to store the trophies and things for the old high school because they needed a home. And a lot of people like to enjoy and come in. In fact, when we had that last reunion, I said, do you want to make sure that you can come in and see the trophies? And they said yes. About approximately 11 years ago, we received the KDOT grant, Streetscape grant. We were able to do all of our sidewalks and put in planters and make it very lovely because we are the widest main street in America. And if you wonder about that, just come and drive. You have cars that can park on an angle both sides and you can still drive down the center. So we're very fortunate to have that.
I'm Greg Bethard from High Plains Ponderosa Dairy, and we're in Plains, Kansas. And we have a dairy in Plains, Kansas that we milk, or will be able to milk close to 12,000 cows by the time we're all done. We're right in the middle of some construction and expansion and adding on to the dairy. But this has been a great place for us to milk cows. We're really, really happy to be here. We get great support in the community. It's an ag-friendly community. Everything in this community is about agriculture. All the people have some tie to agriculture, so everybody understands what we're doing. We buy all our feed locally. We provide a lot of jobs locally, and we just get great support from the community. Yeah, it's a great place to raise kids. There's opportunities everywhere you can look for kids to work, to get jobs, for employment. A wonderful place, family values. just a nice, comfortable place to live. You know, you feel like your children are safe anywhere they go in the county. There's good people, good hardworking people everywhere you go. All the needs you want locally are here, and the school system is an outstanding school system. So it's just a great place to raise a family. If I was a kid, this is where I'd want to grow up. We employ all kinds of different local people in various types of jobs. So we're always in the need for people because we're a growing business. This is an area where there's not a lot of unemployment. Most everybody's employed, so there's not a lot of people around looking for work. And so we have to hunt hard to find people that want to work and want to come and work. The good thing about Adair is we operate 24/7. We never stop. You know, we're not like some other businesses that maybe slow down in the off season. We don't have any off season. We're on season all the time. And so anybody that works for us is guaranteed work all the time, as many hours as they want. So we feel like we offer a great opportunity. We have right now about 110 employees, and we take that very seriously, that we provide a living for all those families and provide an income for all those families, and we treat them all like family.
Would love to invite anyone to come and experience Plains. We have great places to eat that recognize the heritage of our community. Just love to have you, because what's not to love about Plains?
For more information on Meade County, you can go to meadecountyEcoDevo.com.
Traveling Kansas, Meade County is underwritten by a grant from the Meade County Economic Development and the communities of Fowler, Meade, and Plains, and they invite you and your family to experience the friendly quality of life in Meade County. Artesian Valley Health System, committed to bringing friendly service and state-of-the-art technology to Meade County and the surrounding counties, so our friends and neighbors always have access to close-to-home care. In part by Meade State Bank, a branch of Stock Grower State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And by your friends at Fowler Equity Exchange, proud to be a part of the community and thank all of their farm customers. Fowler State Bank, proud to serve Fowler, Meade, and Cimarron. Your full-service bank is more than just a slogan, it's a commitment to their friends and neighbors to help our communities thrive. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This program is brought to you by the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Find out more information about Kansas communities at travelks.com.